Everyone, that storm's meant to be coming in today. You can see it's clouded up pretty good. It's coming from that way as well, which is west. Pretty dark clouds, so it's not far away now. Shouldn't be another hour or so. I think it's going to all kick in. Now, what's happened here? Who's been in the garden? I can see your footprints. Cheeky boys. Anyway, what I'm up to today, I rode that bike yesterday for the first time, the electric one. This bag's pretty cool, there's a lot of room in it, but stuff just goes everywhere. Like all this stuff bounced out of it and it just went everywhere when I opened it back up. So what I was thinking, I really don't know what else to use, but this is some of the packaging material left over from the bike. I was just going to put some dividers in here, whether or not I glue them down or just make them a bit bigger and they squash in, and put your keys up the back, hold that lock in like that, and then you have a space in the middle. I was thinking something like that, or I do have a spare. Where is it? There's a bit of crap in here. Yes, I've got this spare bag. I could cut all those straps off, and then you can put all the repair stuff in there, and then in the side, at least it's together. I've got to try a few combinations, see what works. Whatever it is has to be removable, so hot glue's probably out of the question, because I want to try and get this in. That's the bag for the drone. I don't need to bring that battery with me because I've got 3 batteries for that thing, so that's heaps. And that stuff doesn't have to come with me, so it'll close. So I want to get that in as well. I'm not going to bring it with me all the time, but it'd be nice to be able to fit it in here and close it all up and everything. So we'll give that a shot. If I do that, I'm going to have to come up with a way, because I'm not going to trust Velcro to hold that on. So I don't want to get to where I'm going, look around and my bag's falling off with the drone in it. So I'm going to have to come up with a way. Just doesn't have to be anything special, but it's got like a little tag just there. So even if I just go there to down to here with a zip tie, just something, just so if it falls off, I know it's fallen off because it's hitting the tires or something. Not just falls off and I don't notice it, and then I look around, I wouldn't have a clue where it is, and someone's got themselves a brand new drone for free. So yeah, that's it. And then I also, because it's going to be a rainy day, I've got some alcohol spray, some protectant, and graphene nano spray coating. So I'm going to give the bike a nice coating, just to protect it from the dirt and washing it and stuff like that. It's not going to protect it from scratches or anything like that. To protect it from scratches, I have got this stuff, that Gorilla Clear Tape. So I'll probably use that. And I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll definitely put it where the drink bottle is and where that pump is on the other side there. So I'll just put little bits and pieces, or like a big line, kind of where the pump is, so that doesn't scratch up. I don't think there's any. I don't reckon. Oh yeah, maybe the chain can hit. So I might put a bit over that as well, over that as a chain guard. That's about it. I might do the top tube as well. Probably not going to do this side. That's never going to get hit by anything, unless you hit it with your shoes on the pedal. But I mean, I could put a bit in there and then a nice strip there just to cover that up, and then the other side. And then top tube I will probably do as well. It's got a sharp line, so I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't think that tape will go around that sharp line unless I heat it up with a heat gun or something. I might be able to contour it a bit better. I'm not going to do the backs here or anything like that. That none of this needs it. So I'm not going to do the shocks. But yeah, just a bit of protection. It's a nice colour actually, and the paint feels it's almost like a powder coat. It doesn't feel like a paint. You can actually feel the roughness in it like a powder coat finish, so it's probably pretty hard wearing anyway. So, but at minimum, I definitely want to do where the drink bottle is and the pump is on the other side there, at a minimum, and probably the top tube here as well, because that's where it's going to go on the bike rack on the car. So I reckon like one of them's going to sit right in there, and then the other one's going to be in here, so I definitely want to do here because that's going to hit the bike rack, and then this is going to rest on the bike rack, so I definitely want to do that. I'll do the sides first, and I'll probably just put the tape very close to that edge on both sides, and then fold it under, and then do one on the top, and then that way it locks in the edges. Yeah, and then just run a nice one down here. I'm going to take this off again for the third time, because that pumps the wrong way around. It can actually fall out, and it's closer to the bike than what it needs to be. So I'm going to take all this off, put that tape, probably clean it, nano coat it, and then put that tape on, and then switch this around so that it fits a bit better. Yeah, so that'll be good. Fix that up. I'm not going to touch anything else. I think that's about it. I think might muck around with the handlebars a bit, but there's not really. The only thing I've got to do, if you watch the video from yesterday, this is what holds the camera on, and it was on the piss a bit. It was had to tilt your head while you're watching the video, and if you have a look, I can't really get it. I'm gonna have to find another spot for it. It's the same for the phone. See, the phone's on a angle, but at least it's got this knuckle here that you can make the phone come back to level, but I can't do it, and I can't go any further over because I've got the gears there, and that's the only straight bit, just there or there, and the phone's there. So, and I can't move the phone anymore because otherwise you can't see that, and you're going to be blocking the screen. And this can't go that way because of the gears, and it can't come here because it's going to be even more of an angle. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got nowhere else I can really put it either. So yeah, I don't know what else I can do. I'll have to come up with some other way of mounting the camera somewhere. So that'll be on the cards as well today. Seeing as though it's going to be raining, I can't really do much. So all good. Anyway, I'll get back to you. I'll start on this back bag first and taking the drink bottle off and all that, and I'll get back to you when some of it's done. I've made the job bigger than what it had to be. So that this drone thing with everything that I need to fly but not charge, which is fine because I've got 3 batteries and we're going to go through that in a day, will fit in that back bag there on the bike, as long as there's nothing else in there. So what I'm doing, and I'm not going to take the drone with me every time I go riding. It's like 10%, not even. It's only just going to be for a couple of the nicer rides. I'll take the drone, so I can even put it in a backpack. I've got a nice hard shell backpack, so it's not a drummer. It doesn't have to go in that bag, so that's probably going to go in the backpack. But if I want to, it will fit in that bag there. So I've been drilling, hot wire cutting, all sorts of stuff. I used some of the packaging that was out of the from the bike, and I just went and pulled these 2 out of the bin because I might make another one, but that's what I've come up with. So I've got the lock down there, and then just all the bits and pieces. Got my sunnies and keys so they don't rock around, because that's what was going on yesterday. These were just moving around everywhere. I've got the action camera, so that way it's got a spot, spare battery, keys for the lock, keys for the bike. This is just like a little, it's not going to secure your bike, but it's pretty good for securing your helmet to your bike. And then I've got the big lock down there with a motion alarm on it, and the multi-tool. I've just realised this doesn't have any way of taking the back tyre off. You need a 18mm ring spanner for that side and an open ender for that side, because it's got the wire on it. So if you get a flat and need to take the tyre off, you're pretty buggered. So I'm going to go to Bunnings and get a just a 18mm just by itself and leave it in that bag there. If it is just a puncher, hopefully the Armadillos will fix it. Then I've got the pump to top it up. Or if the Armadillos doesn't do it, then I'm probably just going to have to pop the tyre off the rim. Don't take the tyre off the bike, but just pop the tyre off the rim and try and find the hole and fix it with, I've got a, these things. The new tube's got a, these are the sticker ones, glueless patches. So I think that's it. And then if it's any more than that, it's going to be call the missus and come pick me up in the car with a bike rack, I think. That's about all you can do That'll add to the adventure. But I've never been caught out like that. I have on the scooter where I've had to go in the back of a mate's car to come pick us up because I had a flat tyre and it just wouldn't seal. But on a bike, I've never been really caught out. I did actually when I first got my giant Fathom. I was about 10 minutes from home, and I must have hit some glass, and just bang! It wasn't a slow leak; it just went boom, just exploded, and then I just walked it home. But I was only 5-10 minute walk from home, so I wasn't pretty lucky there. But otherwise, I haven't. I've never been caught out, which is good. Touch wood. So I reckon that's a winner. It's got a bit of room on the sides so that you can still get in, and then you can shift it and get into this side if you have to. I probably could have made it bigger, but then it would restrict the movement over there. And that is really everything I'd ever need. Yeah, I reckon that's pretty cool. So that won't move around, and there's still a bit of room up here and down the sides. There's still plenty of room in there. So yeah. But I've got these two. I don't know what else. I was thinking maybe make another one for the drone and just cutouts for the controller, the drone, 2 batteries, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need. And some wires, probably another little spot for the wires, and then some cutouts for the essentials really. Really just the keys, probably not even the sunnies. That can go on the bike. So maybe just one cutout for a battery and keys for the bike, and then the rest of the stuff can go in wherever. But at least then you've just got the drone in here. I wouldn't like take that out and just leave it, because obviously you need your keys, you need your sunnies. Well, obviously I'm wearing my sunnies, but then I wear normal glasses as well. So then my normal glasses will go in here, and then if you go somewhere where you need your normal glasses, then you just swap them over and they got a spot. Yeah, so I might just. So obviously 1, 2, 3 can go in the sides. Probably would be good to have a spot for the keys, but not essential. If I've got space, I'll do it. But what I might do is just make up another one of these and just for the drone, just for the essential drone flying bits, and then that way it's all in there, and that'll be pretty cool. So I'll see what I come up with, and I'll get back to you. Okay, that storm's almost here. I think it's about half an hour away. Just heard on the radio, it's apparently the storm front's the size of New South Wales, and they reckon it's going to be pretty fast moving, so it's not going to last very long, but it's bringing a fair bit of rain and a fair bit of wind. So, oh, there's some thunder now. That was the first one I heard. There we go. So I'm going to go inside now. If you watch the video about this roof, this is going to be a good test for it. We'll see if it's still here this afternoon. And bike wise, all done. I've moved my seat back. I just finished doing that. I only had to go back a little bit. I just found it a little bit uncomfortable yesterday. Took all the drink bottle off. I've put that clear tape over it, except I ran out. I did sides of that. You can see some bubbles, but they go away when it's in the heat a bit. I ran out to do this top bar here. I've got the sides done. I've got all of that done. And I also ran out to do this bit, so I've got to go get another roll of that. What else did I do? Yeah, the pump's on this side now, so that's better now. That cradle is actually holding it rather than one little bit of plastic. I've fixed the handlebars up a little bit as best I can. I didn't move that. Didn't move any. I put the thumb throttle around because it was too high. So that's a bit better now. Hides it away a little bit, and that's about as level as I'm gonna get that camera. It's way better, but it was down here on this bend before, so I just loosened that one and tipped the gears around a bit, and that allowed me to bring that up. So let's have a look. I'll just turn it on. So you can see, yeah, you can see the ground. I'm only probably 2 meters away, not even, from that wall, and you can see the ground, so that's good. I can come back a bit if I need to, but yeah, you don't want to be looking at the sky. So I think I'll leave that as is. And oh yeah, and I finished these up too. So that's the one you've already seen. That camera, that's the hole there, is for that camera. So that holds your keys, your glasses, all your bits and pieces, and the lock's there. Everything's in the bag, it all closes, no worries. I made that one. So that has everything needed. I'll just put a bit of tape around it just to make it a bit hardier. But yeah, easy as. So 2 batteries. To be fair, I thought about it afterwards, and I didn't really need, because you don't even need to bring that with you, because that's a charger. Really, I should have just put 2 holes to put batteries in, but doesn't matter. Keeps it all together that way. Controller, ND filters, and the drone, and that's all you need. And your phone, and I've always got my phone on me, so pretty much take that out. Put all the bits and pieces you want to bring with you in the side pockets, and then just keep this at home, the white bit. Keep the white bit at home, take the bits out that you want to keep and just put them in the sides. There's plenty of room still, heaps of room. And then slip the drone one in, and then you're done. The only thing, oh yeah, that's right. The only thing I want to do now is probably put a big thick zip tie from kind of around here to there, and then same deal at the back. There's a little one there, and I'll just go down to the frame with, I've got some nice really big thick black zip ties, just in case the Velcro ever fails. I know 1, 2, 3, 4 Velcro is not going to fail, but it just makes me feel better with having all that stuff in the bag, and you know, you don't hear it come off for whatever reason, and you've lost everything, your phone, you know, all your bits and pieces, the drone if it's in there. So yeah, I do that to my scooter as well, to things hanging off it. I just put little tethers, so if the mount breaks, at least the zip tie's not going to break. So that's the last thing. So I'll go inside. I'll get some. Just turning that off. I'll get some screenshots of this weather coming, and I'll put all that at the end of this video. But yeah, looks like it's gonna get pretty nasty. So I've battened down all the stuff in the backyard as I normally do. All that stuff's all away. So there's not much else I can do except sit it out, make a coffee, and watch it come in. The dogs are getting a bit freaked out. They don't normally with weather. They're pretty good with thunder and stuff like that. But yeah, they're starting to get a bit like, why aren't we going inside? Dex? Yeah, there's some more thunder just now. Alright, no worries. Well, yeah, I'll put some screenshots up. Probably just put it over this video, and you'll see what's coming. And yeah, like I said, 125k an hour winds, up to 40 mil of rain, and something else. 6 to 7 metre swells at the beach too. So if you're into surfing, today's the day to go. Good day for the jet ski, but no, they can stay in the garage. Yeah, here comes the wind now. All right then, we'll catch you later. Cheers for watching.